Okay, so I have a laser board. Now, I'm using a laser level, but if you have a level, you just get a level line and put your laser board on the level line. And so I have a laser board going all around here, from here, and all around to here. If you put a level across this, it'll be perfectly level all the way across. To here. So, and that's, now I know everything I put on here is going to be perfectly level. Then I'm going to start on that back wall and work my way around. So this bathroom has 9 by 18 tile and a running bond pattern, and there's going to be a glass border here that stops at the full tile over here. It's not going to continue into the shower, and bull nose all the way around, wrapping around there. I'm still going to put a Kerdi-Band on here. I still have to put the Kerdi membrane on there, and the tile's going to go all the way around with this border going all the way around. Okay, so the homeowner had bought these Tuscan seam clips for a job, but they didn't work for him because he got the wrong size. So he said I could use them on this job. So instead of using the MLT, I'm going to use this here, see how it goes. It seems like there's going to be a lot of waste though, because everything about this has to get thrown away. Like this part here isn't going to be under the tile, and then the rest of this is on top and gets knocked off and you throw it away. So anyway, I'm going to be trying these Tuscan seam clips. Okay, so as I've mentioned before, when you're installing tile on Schluter products, you use an unmodified thin set. Actually use a premium unmodified thin set. And in this case I'm using Tech uncoupling membrane mortar. So I'm going to spread some thin set for a few tiles on the ledger board, and then I'm going to make sure that they're perfectly level, flat, and straight. And because the ledger board I know is level, that's not going to be too difficult to do. And you always want to back butter the tile. In this case, I'm using the flat side of the trowel to key the thin set into the tile, and then placing it onto the thin set on the wall. And best practice is actually to have, when you trowel out the thin set, instead of having swirls or lines going all directions, the best thing to do is have them going all in one direction, either horizontally or vertical, and that way when you place the tile into the thin set, it's easier to collapse the troweled thin set and get very good coverage. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to be using the Tuscan Seam Clip, and these Tuscan Seam Clips come in different sizes depending on the thickness of the tile. So when you buy these, you want to make sure you get the correct type for the tile that you're using. So I'm going to put one around each side of each corner. So because this is a running barn, there's going to be at every corner there are going to be 3 of these clips. Okay, something to remember is when you're working with thin set, you want to try and keep it the tile as clean as possible, and to keep the grout lines as clear as possible of thin set as well, because it's going to be easy to clean it out when the thin set is still soft, but once the thin set gets hard, it's going to be much more difficult. So the cleaner you keep it while you're installing it, the easier it's going to be when it comes time to grout. You're probably never going to get it perfectly clean, and there's always going to be a little bit of grout, a little bit of thin set coming through the joints somewhere, but the cleaner you keep it, the less work you'll have to clean up afterwards. So I'm using the blue horseshoe spaces or U spaces to give me the width of my grout line. In this case, they're a 1/16 of an inch, and the Tuscan seam clips don't actually, they're very narrow, and so I don't want to grout line quite that thin, so I'm adding a spacer to make it just a little bit wider. And then so you put the seam clips in place, and then you just squeeze them, and that's what makes the tiles come into plane. It seems to work pretty good, but like I said, there's a lot of waste on this system. Okay, so they seem to work pretty good. Okay, so I've got these walls down up to here, and on here there's going to be this glass border, and then so it's going to be like that to here, and then there's not going to be any border in there, and then the border starts again out here and goes around. And I'm going to cut out in this niche here. Okay, so I marked this here. This is where the niche is going. So I marked it, and then I cut it. Actually, I already cut this with just a utility knife. I just cut this with a utility knife. Already cut. And this is where my niche is going to be. It's going to have a shelf at about this height here for the shampoo and the soap. So I'm going to save this piece because this will go in the back. But now I'm going to cut some pieces. There's got to be a piece of 2x4 here, a piece of 2x4, and a piece of 2x4, and one here as well. But I can't put that in just yet because the homeowner wants to put some insulation in these areas here. So I'm just going to prep the pieces and then put them in tomorrow. Okay, so I got a piece of 2x4 here. I'll put one up here, just a couple of screws, and I just gotta adjust this a little bit, and a piece of 2x4 here, and then I'll put those in. So I didn't have any more 2x4s, but I had some pieces, so I just pieced them in. Same over here, just piecing them in, because this is really just it doesn't really have to carry any weight or anything. Okay, so I got all these already pre-cut and labeled. One goes here. screws here. And then this piece goes in there. So I'm going to screw these in first. Just going to put a couple of screws in each one. No screws in this one because that's the other wall. I'm going to have to trim it a bit. So I'm just going to put this on with Kerdi Fix. I'm going to trim it a bit first. Now I'll put Kerdi-Band around it and it's good to go. So this is really an unnecessary step, but I'm going to do it anyway. Now that actually would be in here, would be watertight already. But I'm going to put the Kerdi-Band on anyway. Well, without, still have to cover all these screw holes. can make corners if you have to, but I have these free-form corners, so I'm just going to put them in. Set inside corner there. Okay, so I got the knee show waterproof. There was some issues with this camera. I think I got it fixed now. But so the Kerdi-Band is all the way around, and all the corners and everything's waterproofed. So now I'm gonna start doing some more tile. Okay, so tile set up, and there's a lot of waste on these clips, but let's say take them off. Very easily. You get on the foot too. So I'll take the rest of those off, and then I'll move along and install some more tile. Okay, so I'm going to take these screws out here, and then that's going to leave a hole. So that hole has to be plugged. So I'm going to take these screws out, and then use Kerdi-Fix to seal the holes. This is Kerdi-Fix. That's all you need to do to seal those holes. Don't have to put patch on it. That Kerdi-Fix does a really nice job. And there is a Schluter Kerdi-Fix. Don't drop it. I cut that on the wet saw. Okay, so I cut that on the wet saw. See if it fits. Perfect. Let's put it on. Perfect. These two pieces now. Cut this one here. Okay, so I cut this one too. And then I'm going to cut this marble down to fit here and polish the edge, and there's going to be a shelf up here. Okay, so I polished these edges here, and I'm going to put them on. This goes here. You want to tilt it in towards the shower.